Ladies and gentlemen, what it do? We got the Atlanta Falcon Nation crew in the building today on Thursday.
No. This is the heavy hitters, all right? Heavy hitters crew. Get it right.
You can't have the heavy hitters without Miss Maggie T, though. So that ain't the heavy hitters.
Wow, you see? God, boy.
Anime, goddamn it.
I'm chilling tonight. I'm in producer mode, so I'm gonna be in the back. So holla at y'all.
Well, okay, let me go ahead and reiterate that. This is the heavy hitters.
Thank you, sir.
On a Thursday night. The hitters, the heavy hitters, the heavy hitters. Yes, sir. This your boy. I'm just Kstlyz, the sixth man. To my left, you know him as the calm before the storm, the voice of reason, Mr. Jude Talk Sports. What it do, homie? And of course, as y'all know, at the bottom here, we have the man you love to hate and the man you hate to love. The mad scientist, the Matt Ryan lover, Mr. Mad Mike Sports. What it do, fellas? How we doing this evening?
Feeling good, dog. 1 week away from the draft. Officially 1 week away from the NFL draft.
Oh, man.
And yeah, I know that's right. And hopefully I won't be on dial-up tonight. Hopefully I got this straightened up.
Hey, me too. Are you joking? Me too.
Exactly.
Hopefully that's right.
So yes, this is kind of an impromptu show tonight we got going on. We just want to talk about a few things. But before we do, you know how we do it on a heavy hitter show. We got to shout out the people in the chat already ready. Like I said, we got the nation in the building. We got Atlanta Nation in the building. We got John Kelly. What's going on? Michael Walker, Nathan, Eric McDowell Jr., Delfinito. Make sure I say that right. What's going on, homie? We got Jamari Williams. We got Joseph Thornton, Millie Mills in the building, Tony Wright, YMOF Jamal. We're gonna say the rest of them later. We got to get to a couple of these topics. Mike, you want to go ahead and bless us with how we're gonna present to them tonight? What we talking about?
I'm about to bust their ass with just something controversial that they just don't want to hear. Let's just go ahead and say this.
Justin Fields and
I probably even spelled this shit wrong. Look, oh my God. Look.
We already know what it is.
So perfect. I told y'all I'm not a damn expert. I'm not an expert. I'm not a teacher. I'm not Teacher Red. I'm not an expert. I need spell check. I need goddamn what's that damn tool? I need grammar. I need that too. All right. But look, I think this is a really, really, really bad. I think this is something for me personally. When you look at this issue concerning Justin Fields, this is incredibly troubling for me personally. This is something that's near to me. Kevin as well. We've all kind of dealt with this issue in some way or another. This is nothing to laugh at. All right, there's really nothing to laugh at, and this is a quarterback, and we've seen the issue of running quarterbacks in the NFL. These guys get hit a lot, and we're talking about just not like pocket quarterbacks. Guys like Matt Ryan, guys like Tom Brady. These guys get hit a heck of a lot. And when you have players like Luke Kuechly retiring because of head injuries, John Abraham ultimately retired because of his concussion issues, and he's having issues outside of football right now that is deeply troubling him. This is a major concern. I know doctors are saying, oh, it'll be no issue, but how can you be so certain when you're talking about a guy with a brain condition? This is a brain issue. This is a brain condition. And it makes a lot of sense. And I'm just going to say this on top of it. And this is one of the reasons why you got to be careful about what you say about certain coaches and certain organizations, because these are the things that comes out later, and you wonder, like, you get upset about why they didn't treat Justin Fields a certain way, why he didn't get the job, why he didn't, this is probably one of the main reasons why Kirby Smart was uncomfortable with having him starting at Georgia. This is a major concern. This is the issue that they kept from us. They kept this vital information away from us. So you got a quarterback that's getting hit in the head constantly and hit constantly. I don't know how he's gonna, rebound from these types, because he hasn't had a lot of time. This is last season he didn't, start. I think he's had one full season at quarterback, and that was his junior year, I believe. Might have been his sophomore year, but that was his first year last season. Not this past season, but last season. It was his first full season as a quarterback. He's only had one full season at quarterback. So the question I have for you guys, KSTYLZ and Jude, how bad, is this a major concern for you guys? Because for me personally, like I said, I think this is a major, major red flag, and this cannot be ignored.
I think it most so depends on what he does to kind of manage it. But from what I've read is, like I say, he deals with a lot of medication and, going to the doctors and stuff, because a lot of people don't know about epilepsy. Like you said, it's pretty much, it's like brain. It's like you get a big series of not concussions, but seizures possibilities. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, they're only triggered by certain things, especially when you're old. Well, like I said, once you get older, it may not come as frequent. Mm-hmm. But some people have to kind of take medication to kind of manage it. See, like I said, a lot of people don't know about me. As growing up, I dealt with seizures myself. I didn't have a lot of seizures where it would be considered epilepsy, right? But that my experiences with seizures, and especially with my families, it concerned them because it'd be in certain situations where you may get one of these episodes and your family don't know if you're going to live or not.
Right.
I had 3 major seizures. Like I said, from what I've told, I had 3 major seizures, and 2 of them I possibly could have died. Mm-hmm. So, but I wouldn't say, like I said, the only thing I would say be concerning, you as the coaches and as the organization for whoever drafts him is definitely going to have to monitor him and make sure that he has the right doctors to help him get treatment. And like Miss Maggie T, like her son, he gets seizures like crazy too. Like I said, he got the epilepsy. So that it's this is not a laughing matter. And I know a lot of people will watch us and we talk about how Justin Fields is not, Falcons ain't gonna get him, and we don't do it. But like I said, we're not talking about that. We're talking about something that is serious, that's beyond football.
That's beyond football.
So you want, like I said, at this point, you want to limit possibility of head trauma, which is rough in football because you're going to get head trauma no matter what. So, and like I said, the only reason I really know about the epilepsy thing and I can kind of feel for him as well is because a lot of people that's in the DMV area. My aunt, she actually was like a senior VP of the Epilepsy Foundation. So they do seminars and stuff, and they talk, and you get a kind of like a brief on what it is and how to prevent it. Because usually once like it's really bad when you're young, but once you get older, it kind of manageable once you get older because your body is more developed and mature enough to kind of handle it. But at any time, it can come up just like that. And like you said, stress, heat, emotional damage, and all that stuff can trigger it real bad. So just as long as he has the right people around him, especially in the NFL, that can help him maintain it, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, I would say this. I think it's serious because anytime you talk about seizures, that's serious. Like Kstlyz was saying, I haven't experienced it myself, but anything that you can possibly die from is serious. Do I think that should be a reason why a team should have a cause for Pauls to draft him? No. As long as you have a good medical staff, as long as he's taking medication for it. He's played at the highest level at Ohio State when he was at Georgia, and he seemed to didn't have any problems from what I've heard. This recently has come up that they're saying that he has epilepsy and he has seizures, and I don't want to ever say that that's not serious if you're having seizures. Now, one thing that I will say about Justin Fields' playing style is he needs to watch a lot of tape of Russell Wilson, a guy that knows how to protect himself. We talked about this in our last show. Whatever position you play, especially the quarterback position, we've seen Tom Brady numerous times. If he see somebody coming for him, he just goes down. I think the same thing has to happen with a Justin Fields. Like, I don't know if he's a guy that knows how to slide, because you guys know when we had Mike Vick, he didn't know how to slide. He didn't know how to protect himself. So as long as Justin Fields is a quarterback that knows how to protect himself when he goes to run the ball, and he's not a guy out there trying to run guys over, because that's one thing that I noticed about Trey Lance is when he runs, they ran a lot of quarterback powers and things of that nature, and he was out there trying to run guys over. I haven't seen that out of a Justin Fields, and if he comes into the NFL and protects his body, protects his head, and don't take those hits, of course you're going to take hits because that's a part of being in the NFL, but when he's outside of the pocket, he just has to be smart, because I really feel like a guy like Michael Vick, his career kind of was shortened, not just because him going to jail, but also he didn't protect himself. If you remember when he was here in Atlanta, he would jump, hurdle guys and things of that nature and get flipped over. He just didn't do a good job of protecting himself when he was outside of the pocket. So as long as Justin Fields is smart when he's out there, kind of like a Russell Wilson, like he needs to watch Russell Wilson, because that's who I compare him to. They're around the same size, and Russell Wilson doesn't take a lot of huge hits. Even though he runs a lot, he's very smart when he gets outside the pocket of knowing his surroundings. If he's near the sideline, he'll just veer out of bounds. He doesn't take the unnecessary hits. And that's going to be imperative for a guy like Justin Fields, especially if he's a guy that suffers from seizures and epilepsy. He doesn't need to be taking in any unnecessary hits. And if he comes into the league and say the Falcons draft him, I really think he needs to focus on not running a lot. Like, focus on, if you're going to break the pocket, look to extend the play to throw the ball down the field. And I heard Mike's talking about this last week on the show that you and KSTYLZ did. I think it was earlier this week, where you talked about Aaron Rodgers. When he breaks the pocket, he's not looking to run. Even though he has the legs and he can outrun a couple of defenders, he's always looking down the field. He keeps his eyes down the field. Same thing with a guy like Russell Wilson. To me, those are the guys he should model his game after. I know a lot of people love Michael Vick and exciting plays and things of that nature, but Michael Vick paid the price for a lot of those explosive plays. I know you guys remember the NFC Championship game when Brian Dawkins tried to knock Michael Vick's soul out of his body when he scored that touchdown in the NFC Championship game. So I don't want to see a guy like Justin Fields taking big hits. If he can avoid the big hits, I really feel like he can have a successful career in the league, in this league, and a long career. Because just because you can run doesn't mean that you have to take big hits. I think that's the misconception with running quarterbacks or even mobile quarterbacks. You can protect yourself as a mobile quarterback. Like I said, Russell Wilson is a prime example. He doesn't take a lot of huge hits. So if he's going to watch film, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson is the guys that I advise Justin Fields to watch tape on, because those guys do a great job of protecting themselves in and out of the pocket. They do a good job of just live to fight another down. A lot of people talk about Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball out of bounds a lot, but that's the reason he doesn't make a lot of mistakes, because when it's not there, if the play breaks down, Aaron Rodgers, if he don't have anything, he just shoots the ball out of bounds. Just throw it out of bounds, or throw a little quick back shoulder to where only your receiver can catch it, but don't take unnecessary hits. That's what I would say if I'm Justin Fields.
Yeah, before we get the mic, I kind of want to give a shout out to a couple of people here. Like I said, Asia Green, she said that she's dealt with a few of them, and she said she had her last one in college. Like I said, I'm like we are happy, and I'm glad that you're here with us. And like you said, Nathan, same here. Like I say, it's not serious, and I actually, it's not a no laughing matter, and
Right.
I just want to shout them out right quick. Like you said, prayers, and just make sure that, like I said, y'all keep yourselves together and all that stuff. So I just want to get that out there. I'm gonna go ahead and let Mike go ahead and get what he was gonna say.
Well, like I said, I've dealt with it myself. I've always been told, like, it's something that you definitely, it's not a death sentence. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, I want to make that clear. What the doctors are saying about it is absolutely true. It's something you have to take your health serious, and not just for epilepsy. This is just, you have to take your health serious with anything, high blood pressure, diabetes, like whatever it is. Take your body and your health seriously. So that's the thing, doing things that you shouldn't be doing because it's bad for your health, that type of thing. I know we probably preach to people, it's like, look, I'm gonna eat what I want to eat, but when you're a professional football player, you know what I'm saying? This is where I especially in a violent game, this is where, for me personally, I'm talking about a guy that if I don't want my quarterback, and this is just the truth. If I was Justin Fields, I would be in my feelings if a team, passed over me, but that gives him even more incentive to work harder, prove everybody wrong, including myself. Like, that should give him even more incentive to work harder and prove to everybody, like, just because I have epilepsy doesn't mean that you can, your career, your life is over. That's not the case. But if I'm Arthur Blank, if I'm Rich McKay, this is my personal opinion, I'm not drafting a guy when he has a serious health issue. I'm not doing it. We're talking about CTE. We're talking about head trauma, constant head trauma. Quarterbacks constantly get hit. Those whiplashes, that's another sign of a whiplash. You get hit enough, that's trauma to your neck. Your neck is, your neck is a vital part. Like Peyton Manning ultimately retired because of a neck injury. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a real issue. We see, like, Maggie and I, we talk about this all the time. We see what it's doing to Johnny Abraham. We saw it the whole summer. The man was in tears because CTE is a major problem. We just heard, Terrence Mathis talk about this the last show when he was talking about Chris Chandler. He was a tough son of a gun, but life outside of football, like, he's struggling. And he's struggling mightily. I don't want this for Justin Fields. Okay? But with that being said, I still think you can get at least 7 good years out of him without it, affecting him outside of career. Like, outside of football, that's what I'm thinking about personally. If you want to take a chance on him, you think he can be a quarterback for the next 5 to 7 years, then I draft him. But there has to be a plan in place for a guy like Justin Fields. You cannot afford to draft him and think he's going to have a long career like like a guy like Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, because this is a serious head injury and this is trauma. You know what I'm saying? And quarterbacks, like I said, quarterbacks get hit a lot of times, like not just sacks. We just see the sacks. Russell Wilson got sacked almost. He almost got hit like 800 times in the last, 8 years or so. That's a lot of hits. A lot of hits. You know what I'm saying? So like that's my thing.
Can I add something?
Yes, ma'am.
Go right ahead.
I'm hiding my face today, but anyway. Basically, I'm just gonna say that, to be honest, I think it was the wrong time to announce this, because according to what I'm researching, they already were made aware of this before in the pre-draft process. So, and he didn't miss any games at Ohio State. So I don't understand why this is coming out now before the draft, but I don't think that it's fair to Justin Fields, to be real. Right. If they're already knowing about this, issue with him and it's not affecting him, as long as he takes his proper medication and things like that, I don't see what's the purpose of even knowing his personal business. And whoever brought it out, I hope they got permission from him to, relay his medical information. That's violating HIPAA. I'm in the health industry. That's what I work. And, that can be a major violation, leaking that stuff out, unless he asked for them to do so. But I don't think it's necessary in this instance right before the draft, because it's already something they've already been known, and it didn't affect their, being intrigued about him either way. He's still a great athlete, regardless. So I just feel like it was kind of tasteless. Whoever put this out there, and of course the media runs with it, they should have did their due diligence and asked first before they relayed that information, if it was already common knowledge to those, coaching scouts and things like that. So that's just how I feel about it. And I'm out, people. Peace.
The thing about that, and she made an excellent point about it being, a violation of his rights or whatnot. It's like this is what Hollywood is all about. It's like you got to be ready for these types of things. You know what I'm saying? And, once you're in that spotlight, even when you're on YouTube, man, we've seen YouTube just fall here today because of personal issues. Like, this is something that you got to be prepared for. You know what I'm saying? They violate your life. Once you are on this screen, like myself, Jude, Kevin, and you make yourself available to the public like this is something that you have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So I think she's absolutely right as far as violating, but we've seen this, like, they don't care. We've seen what they did to DMX. I mean, they pronounced this man dead 2-3 days before he even actually died. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying that it's right, but that's the NFL. They don't give a damn about anything. They don't care. They're trying to get out of paying somebody money. They want Justin Fields to drop in the second round. Why? Because he's a better investment in the second round for them. They're not trying to draft him in the first round. This is what they do. They've done this to all. I mean, you look at Aaron Rodgers. I mean, this shit all on Aaron Rodgers. They said this man couldn't do this. He weak, like everything you can possibly come up with. They said about Aaron Rodgers. He just sat in that, he sat in that waiting room for hours, just sitting there looking crazy. This is what they do. So I implore anybody who has kids, they have, family members or whatnot, you better think twice about actually doing things like this, because once you make yourself available, your life is essentially out for everyone to see. Everyone to see.
Right. I'm also give a shout out to Devon Stafford. He said his brother kind of suffers through epilepsy too. Like he said, well, shouts out to you too, and hopefully your brother is still doing well with it.
Absolutely.
This Maggie made a good point. Like I said, why now? I mean, but I see it like this, and maybe it came out this way. It, like I said, with the epilepsy thing, because you don't want to be put in a situation where he hides his condition and he gets hit the wrong way, and all of a sudden something just happens.
Yeah.
So I guess what it is kind of like you said, just and like I said, you don't want him to get hit and then you just find out about it after he gets hit, damaging on him. But it is kind of interesting that like I said,
it's really interesting. Like it really bothers me. It's like I don't understand why it came out. If it was something like Maggie said, like if it was something that he wanted to keep quiet, why would they come out with this information now? It's like I understand why they would do it, but that's why I said what I said about being in this industry. When you put yourself on camera, dog, you better try to keep your life as private as possible because somebody gonna find out something about you.
Right.
I'll just say this with Justin Fields. I do think that it's coming out now because, like Mike said, they want him to slide in the draft and they want to get the most bang for their buck, the most value, so he'll slide a little bit and he doesn't go in the top 5. And one of these teams, like the teams in the first round, can take him. But I'll say this: be careful with all of these people all of these teams that's taking quarterbacks early, like the Jets. I really think that Justin Fields is going to have better careers than some of these guys that's going to go before him. Because the ones that are doubted and they had that chip on their shoulder usually turn out to be the one that's a quality player. Remember, Russell Wilson was one of those guys in the draft that slid. I think he went like the 3rd round, end up being dang near MVP, style quarterback, one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. Lamar Jackson was another guy. Y'all remember him sitting in the green room, was one of the last quarterbacks taken. I think it was Mel Kiper or Todd McShay was saying that he needed to be a wide receiver or a running back, that he needed to change his position. And look, he came in and won an MVP, has led the Ravens to the playoffs every single season since he's been the starter. So be careful. These teams that's taking guys like, what's the kid from BYU? I'm not a fan of, but the Jets are in love with him.
Zach.
Yeah, Zach Wilson. That's him, Zach Wilson. I really think that Justin Fields and Trey Lance.
I think Fields is better than him. I agree. I don't believe in that dude at all. I
don't believe in him. I think we got to be careful what we wish for. Like, I really think that all of this stuff that's coming out about Justin Fields is just going to be a bigger chip on his shoulder. And I really think that he's going to work hard to prove everybody wrong. Yeah, so
very dangerous.
Go ahead, Kstlyz.
Zach Wilson. What have I been saying for the last 3 or 4 months about Zach Wilson? It's something off about this motherfucker that I don't trust. And then I turn on my phone today. I watched a clip on YouTube. I guess it was on ESPN or whatever the hell channel it was. Do you know that they said that a couple executives done compared Zach Wilson to Patrick Mahomes?
What?
Yes. It was anonymous, so we don't know who the hell executives we talking about.
You know why they always anonymous, right? Because when they wrong, they don't want us to know who said it.
They don't want to know when they wrong.
It's always an anonymous source. An anonymous GM says,
"Man, don't give me this. He's pretty good. Like compared to who? He's playing the independents. He's an independent. They choose their competition. Come on, get out of with that mess, man."
See, the thing about Zach Wilson, and this is the issue, and we're going to get back to the Justin Fields thing. I just wanted to get the Zach Wilson thing out.
Yeah.
The thing about the Zach Wilson thing, there was actually some scouting reports about Zach Wilson. Is the one thing about him is he is a big risk taker. He's not consistent as far as making the right throw. What I mean by making the right throw, I'm talking about planting and throwing. Like, he likes to gamble on certain throws. Like, he tried to play the NFL street style. So Yeah, like I said, Zach was. I don't. No, I'm not sold on him. And if he gets drafted to the Jets, his career is over because they ain't got shit. But like I said, just to end off on the Justin Fields thing, like I said, we gonna get more reports on how all this is coming up and stuff. But what we talk about as far as Justin Fields is just on the football side. But like I said, if he slides because of a health issue like this, I'm not gonna say don't. I'm gonna just say it like this: it may be a blessing in disguise for him if he slides because he'll get put in a better situation.
And that's what I've always said. Like, I don't have an issue with the Falcons drafting Justin Fields. I have an issue with the Falcons drafting Justin Fields at 4. I want the best value for this team. I don't want to take a quarterback where you sitting up here, you're already paying Matt Ryan and the dead cap hit for him is $65 million, then 40-something million next year. And then you can't cut Matt Ryan, and then you got Justin Fields sitting for 3-4 years waiting on Matt Ryan to retire, and then you only get 1 year to really see if he's worth it. Like, that's not enough time to see if a quarterback is, not just Justin Fields, but 1-2 years is not long enough for you to see if any player is worth it. Like I said, we've said this before. It takes 3 to 4 years for a player to truly get it in the NFL. Only the special ones like Aaron Donald, Grady Jarrett, these guys peak in their second years. But it takes a player about year 3, year 4 to really truly get it and bring all their talent forefront. And I just don't think at that point in time drafting the guy in the top 10, any quarterback in the top 10, I'm not drafting him to sit behind Matt Ryan. I'm taking Justin Fields, Kellen Mond, these guys lower than 25. That's where I'm taking these guys.
Okay, let's go ahead and we're gonna move on to the next one. Like I said, we ain't got no banners on. Like I said, we freestyling this thing tonight. So let's talk about an interesting development that has came up. I know this is kind of like a social media, like what? Kyle Pitts unfollows the Falcons on Twitter. What does that mean? And what do y'all think that means? Me, it don't mean a damn thing. I'm gonna just be real. It don't mean nothing to me. Because at the end of the day, we don't know what the hell the Falcons gonna do, regardless if he follows them or not. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pass to whoever want to speak on it.
Kyle Pitts, my guy. Hey, Kyle Pitts, man. I think it don't mean nothing. Him unfollowing, but I am getting a little bit nervous. The reason I'm getting a little bit nervous is because I'm hearing Kyle Pitts' name a lot around the Falcons. And when we was with the last regime, they never took the obvious pick. So that's the only thing that's kind of scaring me about the whole Kyle Pitts. Like, everybody's now like on the Kyle Pitts train. Everybody's saying like that's going to be the pick for the Falcons. That's going to be the pick. And I hope that Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith, they don't do like the last regime and kind of try to take somebody else because everybody's saying that that's who we should take. He's the obvious pick. For that number 4 pick, if you're going to stay at 4, take Kyle Pitts. Now, if you trade back, Kyle Pitts is not going to be available if you trade back. Personally, I feel like the Dolphins are one of these teams that's up in the top 7 and 8 teams. I think will take Kyle Pitts because he's such a great talent, a generational type talent. I feel like it's a no-brainer. If I'm the Falcons, as soon as that jank said we on the clock, it hit 1, take that card up there and say Kyle Pitts is coming to Atlanta. Like, I feel like he's the guy you go with. It's just the obvious pick. Like, just go with it. Like, I would come out right now and be like, of course they're not going to do this, but personally, I would have my mind made up. Like, at this point, if a team hasn't blown me away with their trade value, because evidently no team has blown us away with 3, 4, 5 first round picks or the picks that we want, because we've seen one of the teams, I forgot who the 49ers traded with a couple of weeks ago, but they traded up to that 3rd spot and they did it within a day or so. It was like the trade happened, and that was like a week or two ago. So I feel like with the Falcons, if we really have been taking calls, I don't see draft day all of a sudden a team offering us the farm if they're not doing it now. Because if a team is in love with one of these quarterbacks like the 49ers were, they would have moved up by now. Like, I don't see the point of waiting to the 9th hour to say, okay, we're going to trade up with the Falcons. Like, I don't see that. So my thing with the Falcons saying we're taking calls, I think they're just saying that we are taking calls, but I don't really think it's any team that's blown us away with the picks that we want. Like, I don't think it's any team out there offering the farm. And I really feel like the team is not offering, no team is offering the farm because, as we said, who wants to take the 3rd or 4th best quarterback? Like, it's different if we had the number 1 pick because, okay, you can get Sunshine. You can get Trevor Lawrence. But who wants to have to choose the leftovers from the Jets, the Jacksonville Jaguars? Because if you move up to 4, 9 times out of 10, the top 3 quarterbacks are going to be gone already. So you stuck with holding the bag, basically, if you're that team moving up. So unless they see all of the quarterbacks get drafted 1, 2, and 3, and for whatever reason, Justin Fields or Trey Lance was like high on that team's draft board, I don't see a team offering us the farm to take the 3rd or 4th best quarterback. Meaning the Falcons are stuck at 4. Who you're going to take? Personally, I say it's either Kyle Pitts or it's Penei Sewell. To me, those are the only 2 picks where you can actually justify taking those guys, because I can see Penei Sewell being a Hall of Famer. I can see a Kyle Pitts being a Hall of Famer or All Pro. So those are the only 2 guys I can see the Falcons drafting at 4. That's it. I mean, I can't see none of these defensive players being taken at 4, and I really can't really see any other offensive player. I've heard Jamar Chase, but to me, that's even a reach for Jamar Chase because this draft class is littered with great wide receivers. Now, when it comes to tight ends, after Kyle Pitts, I think it's a huge drop off from talent wise from Kyle Pitts to that next tight end. So I really feel like you have to either go Kyle Pitts, Penei Sewell if you're stuck at 4. Personally, I'm taking Kyle Pitts because I feel like he takes our offense to the next level where how do you scheme against our offense? With a guy like Arthur Smith that loves the 12 personnel, 2 tight end sets, how do you scheme that, or how do you stop that with Julio, a freak of nature, Calvin Ridley, who can't be stopped in man-to-man coverage, and then Kyle Pitts, who can't be stopped in man-to-man coverage? You can't match up with our team, and I feel like you do that, Kyle Pitts is the trump card. Like, there's nothing you can do. Basically, we got you set, checkmate. If we get Kyle Pitts, it's checkmate for any defense. The only problem I can see with our Falcons if we take Kyle Pitts is you're extremely top-heavy at that point, meaning the rest of the draft, you're really going to have to hit on those defensive picks because we know on the defensive side of the ball, we still need some players that can come in and be impact players. Now, I do think it's a lot of guys in this draft, later on in the draft, like with our 2nd round picks, we can find the edge rusher. The problem is you have to pick the right one. And we know over the last couple of years, hopefully Terry Fontenot does better than Thomas Dimitroff when it comes to picking talent. Because when it came to us drafting defensive ends, we know how that's went. We know how that's going. Like, we haven't been good at choosing the right player. I hope that whoever we take at that edge position, we have better luck than we've had in the past. And I will leave it at that.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to down this right quick.
Hey man, I'll say this. I honestly, I've thought about it over and over and over again. At this point, I honestly think it all comes down to scheme. Because again, I was doing film work, and one thing that I found out when I look at Arthur, and I like to go back and look at the coaches and look at the play call and the personnel that they use. And one thing that that stood out to me a lot, it really didn't matter which formation that he was using, like he lined up in. One thing that he always did, he always attacked the middle of the field with his tight ends. If he wanted to create space with his receivers, get the ball deep, he always lined the tight end outside. So it'll force the safety to think twice about, okay, do I want to double the receiver, or I want to just, not pay a lot of attention to a guy like Jonnu Smith. And Kyle Pitts is just a better athlete. He has better hands than Jonnu, and you use him in that same capacity that you do with a Calvin Ridley and a Julio Jones on the outside consistently. And even this is something that a lot of people are not even paying a lot of attention to. This made Julio Jones even more of an issue defensively, because now you can put Kyle Pitts on the outside, Calvin Ridley on the outside, and then you leaving Julio Jones in the middle of the field. Lord, you leaving Julio Jones on the field. How you gonna match up with Julio Jones in the middle of the field, bro? Think about that.
What'd you say? What'd you say? The defense is gonna be like, I'm coming to join you.
One-on-one with a safety and a line. Come on, bro. Let's be real. This is the reason why. Jew, as completely myself, we've completely changed our thinking when it comes down to Kyle Pitts. It makes Julio Jones so much more of a threat. It makes Calvin Ridley so much more of a threat. And look, another person that's going to see a lot of touchdowns, end zone scoring, and he just had 6 or 7 this year.
Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst is going to eat. He's going to be like Garfield, all right? He's going to be like Garfield, smacking everything in fucking sight, eating everything in sight. Going to be like, get in my belly. That's what it's going to be. This is the reason why. It's all about matchups. And I know when you're drafting, you trying to look for that one guy that could be a superstar. But sometimes it's that one guy that's going to make your offense or your defense that much more of a problem. And this creates that problem because you have Julio. And now Julio doesn't have to run those deep routes. He don't have to run those deep routes. Therefore, guess what? He's not going to get as tired. You're going to see more Julio Jones in the short intermediate routes, and Julio on the short intermediate routes with your third best corner. And a lot of times, if you don't want your third best corner on Julio Jones, guess what? You're going to have to shadow your best corner is going to have to shadow Julio in the middle of the field. So now you got Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts on the second and third best corner. And you don't want to put nobody, your second and third corner on Kyle Pitts or Calvin Ridley. That's sick. So it's a match. It is a match up problem. Matt Ryan right now, if he has any say so in this draft right now, Matt Ryan is saying, Lord, please. Lord Jesus, please. I need Tony Gonzalez. I need him. That's what Matt Ryan is doing right now because it's going to add, and I hate to say this to you guys. Guess what? It's going to add another 4, 5, 6 years to him. Why? Because he doesn't have to take over a game by himself anymore. You just let the athletes be the athletes, and they do what they do. This is the reason why Tom Brady always cried about, I need talent. Because guess what? You put the talent around him, all he got to do is throw 5-yard routes and let them son of a guns go 90 yards. That's it.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, because I know the reports kind of came out too, and they saying that the Falcons are asking for too much for that 4th pick. Like you said, you have to. That's a top 5 pick. I mean, you think you trying to buy a house with some Skittles, bro? It ain't gonna work.
All right, come on, man. They should. You're not supposed to.
But yeah, that's the kind of prime, like you said, that's kind of the prime position. Like if nobody's gonna trade with you for that 4th pick, you get the best value at that pick.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we could say the fourth quarterback or whatever leftovers Juice said about the quarterback at 4. Like I said, that's a good proposition, but you're not going to get the best value because that quarterback is not going to play right away. See, if you want the best value, you want somebody to start immediately if you're going to pick at 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what people are talking about as far as having value. You want guys to play immediately. It's just simple as that can go, man.
As simple as that, man. It's really simple as that. So we want to open up these this Q&A, man. Y'all got some questions for us. This is the Q&A session. And good God. Look, I just want to expand on just a little bit more as far as like, you know, the report that the Falcons have you know, asking for 2 months. It's like, why is that a problem? Like, that's what you have all, like, you at this point, you got teams like Chicago, you got teams like Denver. These guys want to win. And I said this over and over again. We gotta pay close attention to the money trail. The money trail. These owners just lost over $100 million just because of COVID. They are not trying to sit back and rebuild because we want to see it. They're not trying. They're trying to win. They're trying to get the best receiver. They're trying to get the best everything. They're trying to get the next star. These guys just lost a lot of money. You know, not just in the NFL. They have businesses outside. So they're trying to recoup all that money that they lost. So they're not trying to hear that crap. They're not trying to hit. That's why you see guys like, you know, teams like San Francisco moving up in the draft because they want to recoup that money that they lost. So let's not, you know, let's not pay too. We can't ignore how much money is a factor. It is a factor. Justin Fields, just because you draft a Justin Fields or a Trey Lance doesn't equal money opportunities. If we're not winning, guess what? We ain't making no money, and y'all ain't damn sure ain't coming to the game. Y'all barely want to come to the game. We in the playoffs, so y'all damn sure ain't coming to the game when we losing. That ain't happening.
Right. But I wanted to shout out fan of Atlanta 365 earlier. He was talking about he appreciate the channel, and like I said, he watching us. So like I said, shouts out to you. Appreciate the love. I know I didn't say it, but I'm on it now, so we good. So, like I said, this pretty much gonna be the Q&A portion of it now. Like you said, we pretty much got what we wanted to talk out. So now this portion is y'all's, and I've already seen a couple questions, and I'm gonna start with fan of ATL 365. He said, "Which quarterback would you bring in for the Falcons?" And I'm gonna start with this one. If by looking at all the prospects that they have right here, I will have to go with Jamie Newman. But before I get to that, it seemed like we got a $5 super chat. $5 super chat from Blackheart. He said, even if we're asking too much, try and cut a deal. We're supposed to aim high on our side. You got to for that fourth pick. Like I said, the value of that fourth pick, and it's dependent. And I think what the reason is because the teams that want to get in that spot are coming from them late teens to 30s. That's who want that spot. And then, like Mike said, a lot of these teams lost a lot of money because of COVID, because of the ticket sales and people not being at these games. Ain't nobody willing to take the chance. But we appreciate the $5 Blackheart, man. One love. But getting back to 365, I'm gonna say Jamie Newman. And the reason why I say that because Mike been flooding us with Jamie Newman for the last month and a half. I've had to actually take a look at it. I had to take a look at him, and you have to look, and especially for a guy that you can get in the fourth round, he has the Justin Fields style as far as being a quarterback, because he has the running and ability he do too. Like I said, the one good thing about it is you're not gonna have to pay that much money for him. And like I said, even if you develop him, it's not even if you develop him, it's not going to cost you.
Right.
So once he comes in and you have the belief in him, see now the pressure's not on him because he doesn't have to have that tag as a 4th overall pick.
Right.
And that's the one aspect that we don't talk about as well is some folks that get picked that high might, like I said, there's a lot of expectations when you're getting picked that high, in regards of what position you play. So if you want your bang for your buck for the cheaper, like I said, I say Jamie Newman. Like I said, I like Kellen Mond as well, but I think out of those two, I think the sleeper might be Jamie Newman.
I totally agree. This is I like what I look at is how, again, I never look at, everybody look at prospect. Like my way of scouting players is completely different from most people. I don't look at a player and say, okay, this guy can run fast, this guy can, do this well and do that. Like I look at the coaching. I look at the coaching, how he calls plays, the quarterback, the receivers, what they can do. You put him together. Like that's what I look at. And what I see with Jamie Newman is a guy that already, when you look at his, I went to Vanderbilt, when you look at him and how he threw the deep ball, he threw an amazing deep ball. Just go back and look at his throws. His deep balls were almost always on the money. It reminds me of a Patrick Mahomes. And no, I'm not saying he's Patrick Mahomes. I'm saying the deep ball, the ability to throw the deep ball. He's consistent with his deep ball. Where he's inconsistent at is that short intermediate route. That's something that has to be taught. That's something that has to be taught. And you having a guy like Arthur Smith, he's going to. You see what he did with not Mariota, but Braveheart.
Ryan
Tannehill. But you see what he did with Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill had a similar issues. He was through a great deep ball, but his short intermediate routes, they were extremely lacking. But with the running game, the play calling, using his legs, getting them out of the pocket, so he can make easier throws for him. And you pair that with a good offensive line is pretty much going to open up the holes in the running game for him. Like that's something that you can work well with. And you have a defensive coordinator, and this is something that I keep saying, is that you have a defensive coordinator. His job is to get after the quarterback. And why am I bringing this up? Because if you have a guy like Arthur Smith who's going to focus on game management, that's his job. It's to score a touchdown and run the ball and run the clock out when necessary. If you look at Tennessee, that's how they won a lot of games. It wasn't pretty. It was very effective with it. They will bore your ass to sleep. All you will see is Derrick Henry running the ball again, throwing the ball to their tight ends, scoring touchdowns. That's all it. It was not pretty. So you pair that with a defensive coordinator that wants to get after the quarterback and wants to be aggressive, that's a perfect marriage. Because now you got the lead, and now you got an offense that can't, you can't, as a defense, you got to take more chances against a guy like Arthur Smith. And you take a chance on a quarterback like Matt Ryan, you take a chance on a quarterback like Matt Ryan sending the blitz. Matt Ryan is one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best quarterback against the blitz. Him and Tom Brady, Drew Brees, you don't want to make a habit out of blitzing those guys. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to make it. You got to make sure that you get home with those guys. And off the time, you got to have a defensive tackle. So if you pair him, Jamie Newman, with a guy like Arthur Smith, who's going to slowly, methodically teach him how to be a quarterback. This was about, even when Aaron Rodgers was a quarterback, you come back, it took him 3 years because he had to learn how to be a thrower. He always had the deep ball, but he had to learn how to develop the inside, the short intermediate routes, when to throw it, when not to throw the ball. Juice said it earlier, when to run out of bounds. He'll run around like Aaron Rodgers. That's what I love so much. And that's why I don't call him a running quarterback. He's not a mobile quarterback at all. He has the ability to run, but he's not a mobile quarterback. He uses his leg to buy time so he can throw the ball and get the ball to it. That's what you can do with a guy like Jamie Newman. Teach him how to slow the game down, even with a Justin Fields. Slow the game down. Teach him how to do that. But it's more bang for a buck with a guy like Jamie Newman because he has those same qualities that Justin Fields, but you're not paying him $20 million to sit on the damn bench to do that.
All right. Hey, before we get to Chris White on this one, I'm gonna let you take this next question here that I saw that I want him to kind of chime on. Santana asked, if we take Pitts at 4, who would you want in the second and third round ideally?
So for the second round, I think the Falcons should look at taking that guard because I think it's a lot of offensive linemen like Leatherwood out of Alabama is a guy that I've been hearing that's a really good offensive guard in this draft, and I really think that we need to solidify the offensive line. So if we can take a guy, if we don't go with like Sewell with that fourth pick, I think with that second or third round pick, we should go offensive line. I could see us also going safety as well. I'm not too sure because I haven't really been hearing our guy Cisco. We love Andre Cisco out of Syracuse. I think he could be a guy in that second or third round. Even a guy like Richie Grant that we talked about out of UCF, we could possibly go safety, I think, with that second round or third round pick, or we can even go running back because that one question that you had pulled up, Kstlyz, prior to pulling up Santana, when he said what surprises that we might see from the Falcons. If we do trade back, and I know me and Mike hate this, but if we trade back in this first round, don't be surprised if, depending on how far that first round pick, is back. Like if it's in the 20s, don't be surprised to see a Najee Harris in Atlanta. A Najee Harris, Travis Etienne. Don't be surprised because hey, Arthur Smith, as much as we hate you, we always say we don't want a running back in the first round because of injuries and things of that nature. I always look at the style of offense you run, and he was just talking about it with Tennessee. Yeah. They were a ground and pound team with Derrick Henry. King Henry was like their first option. So with this Falcons, we have Mike Davis, we have Cordell Patterson, but they may want to take that top-notch running back because we know where Arthur Smith's scheme, everybody, playmakers and everything is predicated off the run. So he might look at that as, man, I need me my own style of Derrick Henry. He's not Derrick Henry and Najee Harris, but he's the closest thing to it in this draft. So he might look at it as Najee Harris is a big guy. He's not Derrick Henry big, but he's a big dude. I've seen that dude working out. He's not a little
right. He's not a little
guy.
at all.
So he might look at that, being that we picked up those extra picks, maybe another first round pick next year, maybe a second or third round pick this year. He might say, hey, because it's no edge rushers, that's that guaranteed guy that could possibly come in. That's not going to be a project. He might say, hey, give me Travis Etienne or Najee Harris because those are the guys that could come in day one and produce like I was talking about. I talked about it in my last video I did on my channel, Drew Talk Sports, with Calvin Ridley. If you guys remember his first year in the league, he came in, hit the ground running. He was a guy that pretty much took Mohamed Sanu's place. So one thing with skill position players like running backs, they usually come right in and hit the ground running. When Christian McCaffrey was drafted by the Carolina Panthers, he came in that first year, hit the ground running, became a star. Saquon Barkley with the New York Giants, same thing. Ezekiel Elliott, his first year with Dallas when they went 13-3 in 2016, came in and led the league in rushing. So don't be surprised if the Falcons do decide to trade back. I know everybody's like, well, if the Falcons trade back, they're going to go defense with like one of these corners like Patrick Surtain. I wouldn't be surprised, depending on how far back we trade in that first round. They might say, look, let me get Najee Harris because he's a guy that's going to fit my offense perfect. And if they do that, I won't be opposed to it because Mike made a key point last week. And I hate that I wasn't on the show with you guys because I love the point that Mike made. Everybody's talking about the Falcons are building for the future. But Mike made a great point last week in y'all last show of talking about we're not giving Arthur Smith 2 and 3 years to lose. When you're a first-time head coach or you're just a head coach, period, taking a job, we all know the NFL is not for long. So he has to come in here and prove, because this is his first time being a head coach. He has to prove to the fans, he has to prove to this locker room that he knows what he's doing. These players are not going to want to hear, well, we're building for the future. You got guys in this locker room like Matt Ryan, Julio Jones. They've been in this league longer than Arthur Smith. So they're looking at him like, hey, look, dog, we don't want Julio looking at him like he was looking at DQ on his way out. Like, look, dog, I want to win. I ain't got time for this. Like, I ain't got time to waste. I'm just being real with you. That's one of the things that Lee Smith said coming into Atlanta. He didn't want to play with a rookie quarterback because he says, I don't got time to waste. Lee Smith was getting ready to retire. It's the same thing like Julio. We don't know how long, even though Julio's still playing at a high level, him and Matt Ryan, we really don't know because Julio to me is a different dude. We don't know if Julio wants to play until he's near 40, like Larry Fitzgerald. He keeps talking about, Julio's great. But Julio may say, I'm seeing all this stuff with CTE and things of that nature. I've made enough money in my career. I don't want to play anymore. Look at Calvin Johnson. He left the game early. Look at Barry Sanders. When you're not winning Super Bowls, Andrew Luck is another guy. When you're not winning, trust me, guys will walk away from this game. So we've talked about it numerous times, and I know I'm kind of all over the place. But as fans, I think we've taken our superstars for granted because we look at Julio as like an alien, a freak of nature. And at the end of the day, he's a human being. He might decide to walk away from the game, especially if we have another losing season like last year. Guys don't play this game just for the money. Some guys actually play to win and want to win championships. And if we're not putting, if it doesn't look like we're putting a team on the field right now to win, these players feel that. They know that. They know if you're actually out there trusting the process and trying to build for the future, or if you're actually legitimately putting them in the best chance to win now. So I think Mike made a real good point, and I just wanted to point it out that Arthur Smith doesn't have 2 and 3 years to win. He has to win now. The time is now. When he got this job, they said, if you guys remember in that original press conference, right after we fired Dan Quinn at the end of the season, or we fired Raheem Morris and those guys, when they talked to Rich McKay and Arthur Blank, they talked about winning now and being able to build for the future. So they didn't just say, we just want to build for later. So all these people that's talking about the quarterback, we got to keep in mind that we have a team now ready-made to win, not just in the future, but right now. And the players that's on this team, like Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, they don't care about tomorrow. They care about right now because they're in their prime right now. This is their chance. Their windows are closing. Yeah, we might have, bring in another quarterback or whatever we decide to do. But at the end of the day, these veteran guys that came to Atlanta, like Ron Harmon and these guys, they want to win right now. Dean Pease, he ain't got too many tomorrows left. Dean Pease came out of retirement, so he's ready to win right now. He's not looking for the future.
All right. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get to this $5. Super chat from Mr. King Quest 710. He said, what if the Jags want the 4th for Pitts after getting Lawrence and they give you their 2 first rounds and more picks on that? Would you take that deal? That's interesting. I didn't even think of that.
Hold on. So hold on. I need to read that question.
I can word it this way because remember the Jaguars got 3 first-round picks this year. So
he's saying 3. Okay, all right. I get it.
So he's saying if the Jags draft Trevor Lawrence, but then they want our 4th pick to get Kyle Pitts, but they'll give us their 2 first-round picks, which are later in the rounds, and more picks with that. Would you take the deal? I would.
No, I wouldn't, because it's still we keep forgetting that financially we just don't have the money to keep those first rounders. So it's like, if I were to do it, like, they can keep that, but they can give me their future first round pick, because, like, again, this is the reason why we keep saying we don't need to draft a quarterback at 4, because we just don't have the damn money. We broke as hell, man. That first and foremost, we don't have the money. This is why I'm mad.
But you didn't let me finish.
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
I was going to use those 2 first-round picks to trade out the first round.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. God
damn it, man, you just gonna jump the gun on my end. let me finish. But, or at least keep one of them and trade the other one out the first round.
Yeah,
yeah. So, cause like I said, I was gonna kind of get on the question that Ju answered as far as the second round.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have found one of my new favorite players in this draft this year, in the second round, and that's Javon Holland out of Oregon.
He's just.
Like you say, you may say he's small because he's kind of thin, but bro, as a safety, he's one of the best man-to-man coverage safeties in this draft, bro. And that versatility right there is something that intrigues me. And he got the ball skills, so I'm very intrigued by that. Third round, I was just gonna say Quincy Roche out of Miami, because I know Jalen Phillips and Greg Rousseau probably won't be there, but a Quincy Roche or Patrick Jones III, whatever the hell is available there. If not, you get an offensive line. But I just know for second round, I like Javon Holland. But let's see what other questions we got going on here. Damn, Mike, you done threw me off, man. I'm sitting here. Shit. Oh, man, hold on. I know a lot of people talking about, was it Rashawn Slater? they talk about Kstlyz ready to throw hands. I can't throw hands with you, fool. We do this all the time.
All the time. This is all the time.
Y'all just don't see it on the show that often, but we do. Yeah, we assed out broke for real though. Assed out. Talking about like Prince with the assed out pants. That's how broke we are.
Right. I do like Holland. Like you said, man, that's the only thing I don't like about it.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah, but if it's a surprise that happens with the Falcons, and I would see, and it will be a gamble, but I think it will work well. If the Falcons did trade back around that 20 spot, like Ju said, Najee Harris, I'm looking at Javen Collins.
Out of Tulsa, the linebacker out of Tulsa.
Yeah, he got a whole lot of versatility that I do like. Ooh.
Yeah, Zaven Collins is tough. Yeah, he's a guy that can play the edge. He can do a lot of different things. That's why I say there's a lot of linebackers / outside linebackers / defensive ends in this draft that you can go with in the second, third round. Like, I've been seeing your guy in a lot of mock drafts for the Falcons, Basham, Boogie Basham. He's been a guy that I've seen a lot in they saying we would take him in the second or third round if he's still there. But I did a whole video on just the edges in this draft. You got the kid from Texas. I like, I can't think of his name right now, but he's a guy that I think could be a really good edge for us. Zaven Collins could be a good edge. it's like a lot of different guys. The guy from Georgia, Azeez Ojulari, he's another guy that's out there that could be a really good edge. Kwity Paye, like it's a lot of guys. It's just my biggest thing is you have to know how to use it. So whoever we go with, I think that they should really, talk to Dean Pease, because I think being that he's running the defense, he'll know what guy will fit his scheme the best. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there though. Like it's at least 10 names. That's why when I did my list, man, y'all should have seen my chat. My subscribers was fussing me out because I left Azeez Ojulari off of my list because it's so many guys that I forgot all about Azeez Ojulari, because it's like at least 10 guys that have high ceilings. You just don't know. Like you got both guys out of Miami, Jalen Phillips. Then you got the kid out of Penn State as well that a lot of people are talking about that ran like a 4.40. I forget his name. I think it's Owe is his last name.
Yeah, Jeremiah Owe.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like so many guys. It's just like, to me, my thing with those, these edge rushers and these outside linebackers, it's like they're all projects. We don't know what these guys are going to be. So it's like, if you're going to take these guys, it has to be somewhere either in the late first round or somewhere in the second or third round, because you just don't know what you're getting. Now, I don't know if Mike and Kstlyz, I don't know if you guys seen what's our boy that has the pass rush camp, the ex-Atlanta Falcon. I forget his name now.
Chuck.
Yeah, Chuck Smith. I don't know if you guys seen him talking about Greg Rousseau working with him. But him and Kstlyz Campbell basically tweeted out that he's going to be a beast. He said, don't get fooled by what all of these mock drafts are saying about Greg Rousseau. And to me, that's one of the biggest honors. When you have a player like Kstlyz Campbell, who's been an all-pro, he said that he's seen this kid, Greg Rousseau, he said he's going to be special. So when you got him and, Chuck Smith, who's a pass rush specialist, saying that this guy's going to be special, hey, I would seriously think about taking Greg Rousseau as well in the second round, because Chuck Smith told the Falcons about Aaron Donald. We didn't listen, and look at us now. Aaron Donald is a problem. Yeah, he's a problem.
Wait. Time out. We're gonna rewind that back a little bit. Did you say Chuck Smith told Atlanta about Aaron Donald?
He warned us.
He warned us. He said that on that.
God damn it.
He said he had warned about it, and that's one of the reasons why they messed up bad.
I got to do some research here right quick.
Yeah, man.
I got to do some research right here. Hold on.
I'm gonna just say this.
2013. Hold on. No, go ahead, Drew.
I'm gonna just say this: when I see guys that are all pros like Kstlyz Campbell, that's the highest respect. When you see guys like that that's still playing in the league at a high level, say that this kid is gonna be special. That he worked out with him, and he says he's gonna be special. 6'7", around the same size as a guy like Kstlyz Campbell. And from what I'm hearing, they're saying that this dude's been working out with Chuck Smith, and this dude is gonna be a beast. So with those two guys, giving their stamp of approval, I think that the Falcons need to look into this guy. That's all I'm gonna say. Because we should have learned our lesson from the last couple edge rushers and guys we drafted on the defensive line. These guys are professional pass rushers. This is what they do. So they telling us that these guys are the top in this draft class, and I'm telling you, all of these guys pretty much, from what we can see, are going to be projects, and they're working with these guys one-on-one, and they said that they're going to be a problem. I'm going to take these guys' word for it. They've been in the trenches. They know what it takes. That's like Ray Lewis saying this linebacker's a problem. I'm going to take Ray Lewis's word for it. I'm just sorry. That's just me personally.
Yeah, I mean, I actually heard about that right when he opted out. That they said he was going to be working with him as soon as he opted out. Because I think I said that about a couple months ago, actually, about him. But hey, if Chuck Smith gives him the stamp of approval, we've learned that yeah, it's gonna be some stuff because, like you said, Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Khalil Mack, and you Pat. Hold on. That's the year we took Jake Matthews. Like I say, that's not a bad thing because Jake Matthews has been consistent, but God,
it's more so that they could have traded back up. Like Aaron Donald was one of them. Yeah, they could have traded and got him. Like I said, you end up getting the Grady Jarrett, you know what I'm saying? And so it's a trade. Like I said, man, you can't get everybody, but like that's something that you come in from a guy like Chuck Smith. If he's saying Greg Rousseau is someone to focus on, like we need to pay attention. And I've said this before. If you got a defensive lineman that knows that has 6'7", you know, his arms are long as crap. There, it doesn't matter how strong you are. The guy is an athletic freak, and he has those long arms. And you take him to a guy like Chuck Smith that teaches him how to use it, and he's telling you that this guy's going to be a problem. You need to take a chance because you combine him with a guy like Grady Jarrett, man, and Grady Jarrett. You put him and Grady Jarrett on the same side of the ball, and those guys stunt off each other, man. Like even Dante Fowler gonna end up running into some sacks because those guys are a damn problem. And like I said, it's nothing you can do with a guy that's 6'7". Just think about, you know, like Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant skinny as hell, you know what I'm saying? But that dude, he's 6'7". Hey, he's 6'7", but you can't get to him because his arms are so damn long. Ain't nothing you can do about it. That's the exact same way with Gregory Rousseau. He's so long, and if he has the right basics to keep those big guys from getting on him, look, man, it ain't nothing you can do. That's what made Muhammad Ali so great because guess what? He didn't have the greatest power. All he do was just use that jab to keep you away from him, and then he explode and do his things. That's how Greg Rousseau is. So you put him and Grady together, man. I think that's the equivalent to Julio Jones and Kyle Pitts, man. Having Rousseau and Grady side by side, that's a nice that's a matchup nightmare, in my opinion.
I wish I had did that research because the Atlanta Falcons draft from that year showed up on my phone and I almost cried on air, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh my goodness! You want me to read some names out while we at it?
No,
we're gonna read some names out. I'm making everybody suffer today because I ain't talk much. So Okay, so Jake Matthews, Rasheed Hagan, man, they did him dirty. Desmond Southward, we already know how that went. Devontae Freeman, how that went. Prince Shimbo, that didn't last at all. Cardo Allen, we know how that go. Marquise Spruill, Win Smallwood, and Tyler Starr. Yeah. And Terry Font, no, we trust. That's all I got to say on it.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize, but we just got some news that your boy Shock G done passed away, man.
Wait, what?
Shock G, the one who put the satin on you, never knew who could share me. Shock G. Bro, what is going? I apologize, but that's the news going around that Shock G has passed away, man.
Wow,
57 years old.
Wow,
that's yeah. I apologize, man, but
my God,
yeah, that's crazy, man.
Wow, not the hump, not hump.
I do the humpy hump. to you, baby. I do the Humpty Hump. I do the Humpty Hump. Man, what the heck is going on?
Bruh, I kid you not. We thought 2020 was bad. I had a feeling 2021 was going to be worse. 2020 one has actually been worse in these 4 months than half of 2020. We damn near lost everybody.
Man, godly. Yeah, RP Shock G. I totally apologize for it because we have such a great show, but I'd be remiss if I didn't state this, man. Good God, we're gonna have a great year, man. We're gonna have a great year.
we lost Black Rob last week. And how we lose shit.
Yeah, man, Black Rob
and Shot G.
Oh man,
all within a week.
All within a week. That's crazy, man.
Boy.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. I didn't, like I said, I had to cut my phone off. So, like I said, no more names. Like I said, we got a week away from the draft, so I'm not reading no more drafts.
No more names.
Smithers is gone, so we start fresh.
fresh.
Oh my God! Hey, Wallace Smith said that Dimitrov was damn Tupac and Shock G. God.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. He's the guy that's responsible for Tupac's career, man. He gave Pac his first. He gave Pac his shot. And like I said, man, he's a legend, man. He's a legend for what he's done, man. I had
to throw that picture up there. Yeah, I know this is Atlanta Falcons Nation, but you know, you got to get on to that man right there. That's man.
That's a huge lesson. He's responsible for the greatest of all time, Tupac. He gave Pac his shot. He's the one who gave Pac his shot. This man's an absolute legend.
Do the Humpty Hump. Yeah.
On the same song.
I had to throw it up there, y'all. You know, rest in peace to him, y'all. Dang.
Hey, Maggie, make sure you keep a name on the recorded guy. He said somebody need to check out. Make sure you write that down and get that to me.
What's that now?
Cordy Godden gave me somebody to look at. I want you to write that down for me so I can remember that.
Where? Put it on the screen so I can.
Here you go. Screenshot it for me.
Appreciate you. I got you.
Jonathan Adams from Arkansas State.
Yeah, keep it on there real quick because I'm.
Okay, yeah.
I'm multitasking.
I see.
Hey,
I'm putting up pictures. Yeah, you know, I'm in the back, y'all. I'm in here chilling.
Antonio Holloway, like you said, Shot G was the lead rapper of the group Digital Underground.
Do it, baby.
I do the Humpty Hump. If you see that video and you see the guy with the glasses with the big ass nose, yeah, that shot. Oh my God.
I got it, Kstlyz.
Okay, appreciate it. Hey, look what V talking about. Baby.
Oh man.
Hey, we needed that laugh though, right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm about to say we might as well go ahead and get that moment of silence for Shot G though, right quick, man. I don't know if you want to go ahead and put that picture back up, but give 10-second salute. All right. Yeah, like I said, rest in power, Shot G, and yeah, that shocked me.
Yeah, I saw that. Anybody who knows me, man, know I'm a huge Tupac Shakur fan, man. And like I said, if it wasn't for Shock G, there would be no Tupac. There would be absolutely no Pop. And he's like, DMX, man. Those guys, they speak from the heart. It's all about, it's all about empowering, the Black community, just people in general. DMX, Pop, those guys absolutely saw no color. When you look at DMX, man, that man rocked. That man rocks stadiums, fields, black, white. It doesn't matter. Both of those guys, they rock the mic. They rock crowds of all colors. So it's not just a Black thing when it comes down to DMX and Pop. That's why it's such a shock for me, because Shock G is responsible for one of the greatest, if not the greatest, rapper of all time.
And when we just talking about this, Mike, Def always come in threes for some reason.
Yes, ma'am.
Always in threes for some reason. And it's hitting the hip hop. Come on.
It's hitting the hip hop legends. That's what it's doing. So
yeah.
So now Tupac, Shock G, and MC Breed now reunited outside this world now.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's definitely crazy, man. I don't think we should force this show any longer. I apologize, everybody. I don't think we should force this show. So we're gonna get to our 2 points. Let's just get to our 2 points, man. I totally, like I said, I apologize, but like this is what everything that's going on in the world right now. What's her name? Micaiah Brian. Right. I forget the guy's first name. It's just everything that's going on in the world, man. It's we need more positivity. So I want you guys, if you can do me, it's 128 people. Go to Lust Exchange. All right, please just go to Lust Exchange. If you we want to bring focus to empowering and making sure that everybody is in their right mental state, because we all need God in this time. We need help in any way, shape, or form that we can get it. So if you guys can go to Lust Exchange and get, we have some daily motivational that Maggie does. As well, you can find Jew. If you guys are just if you're religious, if you're not religious, and you just need a word of encouragement, just come talk to Jew. Hit us up on Facebook, and we'll put you in the group where you guys can get help and get motivation. All right, so you guys can check us out there, but I don't think we should force this show any longer. This is clearly just a sign, but we all need to continue to take care of our mental, take care of our bodies, our families, our friends, even strangers. We need help in this time. All right, we definitely need help in this time. So check out Lust Exchange. Check out myself, and I don't usually give out my whole government name, but Michael Anthony Linson on Facebook. All right, if you're interested, and
Is that man's government name?
The whole name. Check us out, man. Check us out. Lust Exchange. We will.
That's the link right there. You got to announce the show, Mike.
What the hell is it? Oh, the name of the show is the name of the show is the Mike and Maggie Show, where we're going to continue to give you nothing. We're just going to talk about issues that need to be talked about. Again, this is where Atlanta Falcons Nation, we're different. We want positivity. We want to make sure everybody, they have at least somewhere to be where they can be encouraged. And we want to be able to provide some type of help for some people that need it. Because like I said, these are trying times and we need help. We need help, and we need someone to talk to and confide in. So that's what we are, man. So y'all want to get in these 2 points?
I'll go ahead. Like I said, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, we just want to throw a little quick something for y'all right quick. Like you said, you follow Mad Mike Sports. Like I said, you make sure you tune in to the Mike and Maggie show, which I'm gonna nickname it Anime and Ike. Which makes sense.
Lust Exchange is every Wednesday, John Kelly. Every Wednesday, and Mike and Matt show, Maggie show. I think we're gonna be on Thursdays. We haven't really finalized it all, but we're gonna definitely be announcing it early enough. But this is gonna be where you get a different side of me and Matt Mike, if y'all haven't already been watching Lust Exchange. But we kind of hit on those topics, that everybody's afraid to talk about a little bit. So that's gonna be on our Lust Exchange channel. So y'all tune into that. And yeah, sometimes you got to get off topic just a little bit because it's real out here. It's real life out here. So it's one thing we want at Atlanta Falcons Nation to make sure y'all comfortable with being here watching us. We're gonna pray for you. If you got something going on, put it in the chat because we're a family here. It's not just about hey, subscribe to us and all of this. We're a family and we love you guys for watching us. And we've been watching you guys in the chat for a long time. We're getting to know families. We're getting to know people's medical histories and things like that. We take that seriously. So some people was dealing with COVID. Some people got seizures, like you said, Miss Asia, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Sick and everything. I had to kind of miss a show because my son had a seizure and having some surgeries and things like that I'm dealing with ongoing. So that's why I'm kind of on and off right now. So I'm taking care of home. You know what I'm saying? So look, with these deaths out here in this 2021, it's still getting ugly out there. So I just want to make sure that we can bring us together peacefully and watch together our Falcons team. And even if you're not a Falcons fan, just bringing people together as one. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all fight and fuss in the chat. It's all love because we're passionate about our Falcons. But at the end of the day, we respect everybody that's here. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I got to say.
Yeah, like that's all love right there at the end of the day. Because like I said, without y'all, there is not Atlanta Falcon Nation. We are the nation.
We are the nation.
Not of domination, but we just are the nation.
We are the nation. Not domination.
But yeah, like I said, the 6-man combos is coming back. I don't know what day. I don't know what day I'm gonna do it, so y'all gonna be on the lookout for that. Make sure y'all follow Just KSTYLZ on Instagram and Twitter, and you leave your suggestions for me there. Like I said, I wanna start trying to integrate my social media with what I do here because the social media thing is new to me. So, like I said, if you what.
I got one more thing while you said that, because the membership is where you can drop those suggestions, actually. So if you become a member and y'all want to drop a suggestion for Kstlyz, Jew Talk, Matt Mike, if y'all want them to answer something in the video or on the show, that's what their membership is about. So, of course you get, discounts. We start getting some things out there. It's going to be a lot of perks for being that member. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate y'all. If y'all join that, you get first dibs on questions and anything personal you want to talk about. Sometimes we'll do special lives for just our members. So there's a lot that we'll be doing with that membership. So we appreciate the ones that have already joined Atlanta Falcons Nation. But yeah, that's what you can drop a lot of things for these guys right here if you want things answered, personally from you.
Well, dang. But like I said, you could do that too, or like I said, you could follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and you could do the same thing because I want to try to get more involved with social media and start talking to y'all more. I talk to a few of y'all now.
Right.
Well, but I think in order for me to get better at doing this and get on the level of these two fools here, I'm gonna have to really get that. I'm gonna really have to develop that aspect of Just Kstlyz. So, like I said, you just follow Just Kstlyz channel, YouTube. Like I said, same name on Twitter, Instagram. Don't do Facebook. So if you find my name, I'm not.
He does not use.
I don't do Facebook. I don't do Facebook. Is not for me. But I'll do the other platforms. So,
right.
Like I said, we just appreciate y'all tuning in.
What you got, G?
All right, man. This show getting real hot and heavy and serious. So before I start talking about anything, really, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Like they said, everybody in the chat, y'all family. On a more serious note, like they were talking about mental health and all of that. You know, we love to talk sports and football and basketball and all of that. It's all, fun and games. But on a more serious note, if you really need help, you can reach out to me and my wife. We have a prayer page on Facebook, Gather Prayer Group. Mike knows about it. You guys definitely can tune in. Sundays, my father's a pastor, so Family with Faith Church every Sunday at 10:30. Facebook, if you want to check us out there. I just feel like this is the perfect time to drop this plug in. You guys definitely, if you're going through something, definitely just go to our prayer page, Gather Prayer Group. You can reach out to me. My name, I know you always see Jew Talk Sports, but Julian Red on Facebook. REDD, last name, first name is JULIAN, Julian. So definitely reach out to me or my wife, Amanda Red. Y'all can reach out to us on Facebook. If you're going through something, you need prayer, definitely go to our Gather Prayer Group. We have a ton of people up there that's praying for you. Like I always tell you guys in my channel, I love you guys. Mm-hmm. You never know, like always good to tell your friends and family that you love them, because you never know when your time, to go home. You never know when it's, when God's gonna call you home. So with all of the rappers and all that's going on in the world, with all of these tragic shootings, police shootings and things of that nature, with all of the, hip hop artists that are passing away, they're in a better place. But we want to give these people their flowers when they're here, because you never know. So we need to keep all of our loved ones close. You never know when you're going to see that brother or sister, or maybe somebody you're holding up, a grudge against. Hey, man, call your brother, call your friend, somebody you had a disagreement with, and just squash the beef. It's not worth it. Like, I know a lot of you guys come at us, but it's all love here at Atlanta Falcons Nation. Right. We don't take it serious. We know y'all go at us about Matt Ryan and all of that, but at the end of the day, we love you guys. So we're definitely always praying for you guys. But if it comes down to it and you ever need anything, seriously, go on Facebook. You can hit me up. I'm always praying for you guys. I don't even have to know what the situation is if you don't want to get, deep into it. But just know we're always keeping you guys prayed up, because it's crazy out here. We're still going through a pandemic. People are going, stressing out. People are been stuck in the house for long periods of time. Loneliness. We seen the writer for the Falcons that passed away last year, Yvonne McClure. So, yeah, so it's hard out here. You never know what your brothers and sisters are going through. So I just ask you guys to keep each other in prayer. Like, seriously, like, it's a lot going on. We get up here, we talk sports with you guys, but we all are busy. We don't just do this. We do this for fun. But I have a 9 to 5 just like you guys. So you guys keep us prayed up. You know what I'm saying? Keep each other prayed up, because it's rough out here. Like, it's really rough out here. And like I said, give each other flowers while we're still on this side of heaven. Give all of your family, your friends, even your enemies. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth all of the beef and all the stuff that's going on, because life is too short. And that's all I continue to see with all of these hip hop artists is, that's passing. With Kobe passing last year, his daughter passing, all it's showing us is that life is short. So you better enjoy it while you're here. and just continue to show love. That's what Atlanta Falcons Nation is about. Showing love, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
I would say one more thing, and I know Eric McDowell just said he loved the shirt. This is a very special shirt for me for a reason. Hold on. Let me turn this son bitch around so you can see why.
I already know.
Yeah, hold on. So they can see it. They can see it. Hold on. KSTYLZ, boy. I done had this shirt for about. Yeah. Now you know what the K style stand for. KSTYLZ. Yeah. This is my game day shirt, so you already know. Every time it comes, that's how I go. So if you see me in the store, anything, you see an 87 Kstlyz shirt and it ain't me, somebody tripping.
Hey man. With that being said, man, again, you can check out myself, Michael Anthony Nelson on Facebook. You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram at Man Mike Sports, as well as Julian Red or Jew Talk Sports on Twitter as well. Miss Maggie T, again, if you guys need any help, check out Motivation. We have, I think it's 33 or 34 episodes of Daily Motivational, which is about, just giving you tips on how you can get throughout whatever type of issue. Like we go deep into how we can make your life better. You know what I'm saying? It's like Atlanta Falcons Nation. We're about positivity and uplifting people. And, of course, we clown. We might say some crazy. We might throw some F-bombs every once in a while, but it's still all love, man. So anybody, you don't have to be Atlanta Falcons fans to enjoy what we do here. All right. We're here to answer questions, even if it's about the Saints or Seattle. We are here to answer your questions and be of service to you. That's what Atlanta Falcons Nation. That's why we say we are the nation, not the domination. That being said, man, Kstlyz, they ain't got to go home,
but you got to get the
hell
up out of here. Atlanta Falcon Nation Friday Madness tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And 6-man combo Saturday.
Oh,
don't know what time.
Oh,
yeah, y'all got the Thursday spot, so I gotta take the Saturday spot. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We ain't decided it's gonna be Thursday yet. So
hey,
we'll negotiate. We'll fight for it.
Oh yeah. Just letting everybody know we fight with Monopoly money over here, so we ain't got no real money. This is how I cope with my goddamn struggles and shit. I laugh all the damn time. So I got
we all do, man. We appreciate it. I'll let y'all, man.
Deuces.